Hi, welcome to Unchained Crochet. I'm Jen. Guess I can take the hook off of my head. Welcome to This Week in WIP. I think this is episode 14. I did count back the other day to get track of my numbers. And today is Saturday. I think it's the 18th. I'm not sure. But I do know it's June 2022. Are you impressed? You impressed yet? So I have some WIPs this week to show you, and an FO, and then I need some suggestions on what to do with two different yarns. I'm kind of stumped on these two particular yarns. So you guys can leave me some comments in the box. That will help a whole lot. Just some suggestions. I need some inspiration. If you want to put a link to a video of a tutorial or something, that would be great. Please no pattern links. I don't want any paid for patterns. If you want to leave a pattern name, that would be fine. I will look at a pattern. I'm tired of buying patterns. I've bought some patterns recently and it never fails. There's something about it I don't like, that I end up ditching it, that I don't want to modify it, and I get ticked off. And this is why hence my channel name, Unchained Crochet, because I want to be unchained from patterns. I'm tired of picking up the paper, having to read a line, stitch to stitch, pick up the paper, figure out where I'm at again. Oh, my post-it dropped, or whatever, my chart holder fell on the floor, whatever. You know, it's just like such a pain in the butt, you know, and I'm talented enough, I can design something, but occasionally I'll get a yarn that's misbehaving, or there's something about it that irritates me, and I'm like, I just don't know. I don't know what to do with this yarn. So, okay, all right. Let's go ahead and start with the FO. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I finally did it. I don't know what happened to this. Oh, I got it upside down. I gotta make another one for my other granddaughter. And I have to get two tiny babies for my granddaughters. But I made the cradle purses, or one of them. Made a cradle purse for my younger granddaughter, for Sissy, for her birthday. They went to Gatlinburg, and she met mermaids. Can you believe it, you guys? Real life mermaids. I told her I'm 49, Nani's 49. I've never met a mermaid in my life. It's so hard to meet a mermaid. And Sissy, by the way, if you're watching with Mama, Nani is Ariel today. That's who I am today. That's the princess of the day for me. So the cradle purse, I used a tutorial on YouTube. You guys can find it. I think there's one or two different ones. I used the one that I think it's got 4 parts, and it's purple and white. So it's got 2 different handles that you just do 2 strands, and you do chains, and you weave them in from either side, and then you make it into a loop. So you make 2 loops eventually, and then you open it up, flip it down. This comes up, and you got yourself your cradle. And then I made a beautiful shells, little blanket for her. I may do another round on that. I like because it fits in there, and it'll fit on baby good, but she won't be able to wrap her up. So I might go ahead and do another round or 2 so she can wrap the baby in it. Probably will. Maybe 2 or 3 rounds. It fits nicely over where the baby will be, but so I'm going to tell her mom not to watch this until after she gets this. But there's going to be some lip gloss and other goodies in there for her. And then her cousin is getting one. They can take those if they still do show and tell in kindergarten these days, and they can take those to school with them. If that's cool enough these days. It may not be cool. It may not be cool, guys. They might be embarrassed. Probably not. My older granddaughter, her mom told me that the kids ask, did your nanny make that when she wears her sweaters to school? Did your nanny make that sweater? Did your nanny make that? So this is the yellow top. This is how far I've gotten, which isn't far enough because I've had some things come up this week. I had to put my dog down this week. Many of you know, I don't know if you guys remember, when I had cancer last year, she was my little comfort dog. And I had thyroid cancer. And she sat with me a lot and through all my pain and everything I went through. And she had mammary cancer. So she started having seizures, and then she was lapping up water like crazy and wetting in the house really bad. And she had one of her tumors was open and down on her gut area, and she's licking it all the time. So she was drinking a lot of water, and probably giving herself diabetes insipidus, and throwing her electrolytes off, and it gave her a seizure. It was pretty long, but it was bothering her arthritis pretty bad, having to lick that all the time, and I just felt for her really bad. So it was really hard. So anyway, this week's been really rough, and all my pain has been excruciating since then, my physical pain, because she still was my comfort dog, and no, she's not here, so I almost don't know what to do. I'm trying to get to the point where I can go back to work, and I'm doing good still to keep up with housework. I'm not keeping up with it, and so barely, I would say. It's acceptable. It's at an acceptable level. It's just the two of us, and Abby's gone to work a lot, so I do the best I can. It's not spick and span, but it's okay. So I feel like with work, since I'm a nurse, it's in-home care, but I feel like if I can't take care of myself in my own home, then what business do I have being a nurse? Not much. So I've got to get my body in better shape, and I just don't know how much I can do toward that, so we'll see. So for now, I got my husband, my kids, my grandkids, and my crochet. I thought about getting a volunteer job, but even that, I just don't know how reliable I would be, and I'm sure they want some reliability even with a volunteer. But I thought, I could go to a nursing home and help feed the residents, and I might do that. Go to one that I worked at before. We'll see. I need something to do. I told my husband, it's the hardest part about my disability is I don't have enough to do at home. But on the other hand, I can't do much more than what I'm doing most of the time. Like, as soon as I'm up, I'm like, a few minutes later, I gotta sit back down. So, do what I can do. Get up and do, and then sit back down, and get up and do a few more minutes and sit back down. Alright, so enough about poor pitiful me. Alright, so here's the yellow top, if you're still with me. This is, I've got, I think, 21 rows on this side, and I am just loving it, you guys. I like that blue behind it. I might wear a little blue tank underneath it. That might be cute together. A little pop of color underneath there. So then the back's going to be just the same. And I'll tell you, these little side panels, they go fast. I just need to sit and stitch on that tonight. So that's that. Coming right along. This here, oh shoot, I didn't grab the boucle. I've shown you guys the boucle that I have. It's not a really bumpy boucle. It's just a slight thick and thin cotton and linen and flax or something like that. It's a nice yarn shop yarn. I'm mixing with this, and my friend's mixing it with her blue Sweet Divinity. So this is the Coral Rodeo. By the way, Ladybird, thanks for sending me the link to the show my goodies. The link to the Wish listing for the Coral Rodeo. But we are gonna use the ivory with this. We like it. And I watched your video talking about your toots and the little potpourri for all your farting the other day. And this week I've had, you made me laugh so hard. Just hearing your laugh, you were just cracking me up. And I didn't even know what you'd opened. So at that point, you know, just listening to you cracking up was making me laugh. And then, oh goodness. I have thought about trying dryer sheets before in my jeans when you really have like the eggy gas, you know, like grandma toots. And when you're in a store and you pass gas really bad, like you just look at whoever you're with and you're like, we gotta go. We gotta go. Okay, so anyways, Trish and I, she's got that blue Sweet Divinity and I've got the Coral, and we're just doing a V-stitch and granny stitch into the V-stitches on the next row. So 3 doubles into the V-stitch, and using up two of the balls for the first panel. We're just working vertically. And then I got done with the 2 balls. And then I decided today to go ahead and, like, that's the back. And then I got started on the second piece. And so this is the front of the second piece. So I started, oh, it's getting caught on my headband. I started on the second piece right here. So it's small, it's not wide enough, obviously. It's gonna be a Ruana. But then when we get the ivory on, the ivory is kind of gonna be a flounce. We both have 800 yards of that, so we shouldn't have a problem coming up with a flounce to that. And we're gonna use like an open shell stitch and make it kind of drapey. And I think I've got that about where I want it. I don't know, it might need to go up a little higher. I don't know. It probably shouldn't go up any higher. I don't want it right up to the neck. So that's that. I think Nastasia is the one. It's either her or Hooked by Robin that's got an open shell stitch that I love. That I think we're going to end up using that for the ivory flounce on each side. And then I thought about going, not the inner edge, but going around the bottom edge, the outer edge, and then the bottom edge in the back. So then it's all the sides and the fronts. I think that might be too much flounce, especially with there's nothing going around the inside. I don't know, might be trying to make it look too fancy. I don't know, we'll see. we're just going to let it be what it ends up being, I think. Take it easy. So I told you guys about this other colorway. I'm sure you've seen it somewhere along the line. Cleansing Quartz. And it is the metallic shell on a ball. It's very pretty. The black is very hard to see your stitches though. I'll tell you what, this is going to be the third yarn. I kind of want some ideas on it. I don't want it to end up stripy. And I love my shell on a ball freestyle cardie that I made with my other one with the Moonstone colorway. But this one, I don't want to do, I don't think I want this one to be all over the place. But now that I'm thinking about it, I may make this one freestyle too. This is what I got done so far. That, and then this. I started to make it freestyle and do that. That's like too big of a center of a square. So I don't know. I was thinking I'd do a bunch of squares that are like a doily in a square. Doily made into a square. And do them all squares. Do a bunch of squares. Just do a bunch of squares and let it be whatever it's going to be. Make it either a Ruana or a cardigan. Whatever. A wrap. Alright, so I don't really need any ideas for the shawl and a ball because what's going to happen, and even with these two yarns, but what's going to happen is, I'm just going to be honest here. I'm going to ask you guys for ideas. And it's probably going to lead me down a rabbit hole. Like, I'll look at it, and then it's going to trigger some ideas in my head. So I may not go with exactly what you told me, or what idea you put in my head. But it's going to lead me down a rabbit hole and get my creative juices going. So I'm sorry in advance if I don't choose exactly the one you suggest. Okay? But just know that you've been an inspiration to me no matter what. Okay? That typically happens with me when I ask people for ideas. And it's not to be insulting. Or think that I don't want you to be insulted, or think that I don't care about your opinion. It's not about that. It's kind of like brainstorming with someone, or having a late night conversation, deep thinking with someone. You know, you say an idea and then they're like, yeah, and this and that. And then you're like, before you know it, you're down a rabbit hole together and you're like, oh yes. And then next thing you know, you're starting a business together. That kind of deal, you know? So, yeah, it's that kind of thing. Inspiration. So I've already started stitching something. I think I started a cardigan with this black. I got this black, I think it's acrylic. It feels like acrylic. It smells like, I don't know what. It doesn't stink. It doesn't smell like tires, but it does smell like, it smells like acrylic, like fake. I got it for $1 a skein from this lady on Marketplace. She was selling a bunch of yarn. I showed you guys this in a haul. But I think I got 11 from her, 10 or 11, because I don't know how many yards are in these, and I didn't want to run out again, and I have no idea what kind it is. None of them have fall bands, so I was not running out. No idea how much is in here. It doesn't look like a whole lot, nor do they feel tight. So I'm guessing like 200 yards each. And I'm a big girl, so I'm not running out of yarn. If I want a black cardigan, I'm going to get a whole black cardigan out of this. So I want a cardigan or a pullover in black. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I started a V-stitch cardigan. Someone told me about the Cranston cardigan. It was on somebody's YouTube channel. I can't remember her name right now. I've been watching too many people's YouTubes. Subscribe to everybody I can. I can't remember her name. Somebody's Franny Square. Franny Square. She did. No, it wasn't her. It was Dee's Creative Hands Crochet. She did the Cranston Cardi. So I was gonna do a V-stitch cardi like the Cranston, just make it up myself. But if you guys have any ideas for a black cardigan, something maybe with some texture, maybe, because with it being textured, I'd be able to see my stitches better than something that's just flat stitched. You know, then I wouldn't have to do something lacy like this that I can see the holes. That's something to think about. Maybe a waffle stitch cardigan. Let me know what you guys think. Waffle stitch cardigan or something lacy like this that's easier to see. A broomstick lace one would be really cute. But I would need a big knitting needle, which could be obtained. I've always wanted to do some broomstick lace. Okay, next up for suggestions is this Lion Brand Kobu. It is, I think, a 3-weight. It is so limpy. There's no body to this yarn. You see how drapey it is? It's irritating. I think I got enough for a cardigan, you guys. I don't know. I think I got 5 skeins of this, and there's a lot of yards on it. Let me know what you think. A 3-weight. It's plain solid magenta or fuchsia. And I love the color. I wouldn't mind doing something lacy with this, you know, like maybe I should just do a bunch of these doily squares and put them together for a cardigan. That could be really cute. All right. I tried this. This lady has a heart granny square, basically. It's heart lace. It makes hearts and continuous hearts on YouTube. And it's really cute, but the way that this limpy yarn is, this one particular area on each side, there's one stitch that gets pulled and looks real thready, real stringy right there in that one spot on each side. So I was like, no way. And it could be that it'll do it on this square too. I don't know. I'm gonna work one up tonight, see how it looks. Maybe I need to use a smaller hook. I've been using an H hook with it. Maybe I should go down to a G, which I hate using G hooks. I don't like using anything smaller than an H hook. H used to be my favorite, and now I and J's are my favorite. So, but H through a K are my absolute favorite hooks. I don't like G's or smaller. G's I can tolerate if I have to. So maybe I should just get out the G hook. But that's the G hook that I have is the one that I put clay on to handle. And that was early on that I tried that, and it's up too high. And so it's up too close to, like, there's not much of the shaft left to work with. I goofed that one up. So I can't find my other G hooks that I had. Oh well. So let me know if you got any ideas for this. I'll try working up one of those doily squares. I do love that square. Here comes my hubby. Hi, babe.
How you doing?
Okay. I'm almost done. They can't see you.
Oh, okay.
He just got out of the shower. If you guys could see what all my husband does when I'm on video. Alright. I think that's it for this week. I hope your guys' week has been better than mine. And that's it for this week. Ciao for now. Bye.